Hey guys, it's Troy from What Gear Reviews. Today I'm going to share with you 15 things that you should be doing straight away with your Galaxy Watch 5 or 5 Pro. And if you haven't considered these 15 things, then you're using it wrong. And this video is all about usability and customizing the user interface to tailor it to your needs and your personal day-to-day usage. And I have a separate video which focuses specifically on the health tracking, fitness and wellness. Anyway, tip number one. So when we swipe up from the bottom, you get all of the apps available on the device. This is one of the first things you should do in my opinion. Go to the Play Store. Now within the Play Store, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see a tab that says apps on your phone. What this does is shows you all of the options for apps that you have on your phone which have Android Wear versions available for the watch. So I've already installed YouTube Music and Spotify, but let's say for example, I've just set up Google Wallet and I want that here on the watch. We can install that here. And this is a Wear OS version of that app. So that's definitely the first thing you should do. I would recommend any apps that pop up. If you use them a lot, install them straight away. So tip number two, one of the great things about this watch, particularly if you're going to use it for sports and fitness, is it can carry its own music locally on the device. And as I mentioned before, I installed YouTube Music and Spotify. Go to YouTube Music here. What we can do is scroll down. There's a bunch of playlists specifically for workouts pinned to the top here. So you might want to check some of those out. But if you scroll down, you'll see all the stuff that you like and all your library and all this kind of stuff. Just choose the playlist that you want to store to your device and it will download it locally. So even if you don't have your phone within range, you can still play music to your earbuds from the watch. And if you have Galaxy earbuds, they will automatically be paired up with your watch if you use them with your phone. But let's say you've got a third-party set of earbuds, for example, these ones, the LG Tone-Free UT90 UV Nano earbuds. What you can do is actually just go swipe down from the top, go to settings here, go to connections, go to Bluetooth, and then you can scan for other Bluetooth earbuds. Okay, tip number three, is time to organize the apps on the watch. So right now we just have a long list of apps. They're not in any particular order. So let's get them in order. If we go to the Galaxy Wearable app, trust me on this, don't bother trying to do it on the watch yourself. It's so much easier to do it here. If you go to app screen, this is how the apps are laid out right now in a long list. Now, one app I recommend you move to the top of this list is this one, camera controller. So hold your finger down on it and then drag it all the way up near the top. And you see everything shuffles down. Now the camera app is at the top, we hit save. And you can see on the watch, it's added it to the top of the screen there. Spend a little bit of time on this, organize your favorite apps to be at the top of the screen so they're easier to find when you're on the move. Okay, tip number four, the reason I told you to put the camera controller near the top is because this is one of the coolest things you can do with the watch. Check this out. So you can set your camera up however you want. Let me move it out of sight here. And then you can use the watch as a remote viewfinder to take photos. Let me set up a better shot here. So as you can see, I can use the watch as a viewfinder remotely. So you can position your phone far away from you and use your watch to snap a photo. That is pretty awesome. Check this out. You can actually toggle it to video mode and start a video recording from a distance as well. And if we go back to the photo mode, we can set timers. So at the top of the photo page is a 3-second timer. We can turn that off, turn it on, whatever. Definitely set this one up. Okay, tip number four, this one is entirely up to you, but I feel that this is a better use case for this button here. This is actually called the back button. So whatever page you're on, if you push that button, it goes back. That's fine. It's not bad, but I tell you what's better. Check this out. Swipe down from the top to go to settings, scroll down to advanced settings or advanced features. And then here, if we go to customize keys, we can actually change what that button does. So right now you can see it goes to previous screen. Now if we tap that, we can set it to show recent apps. Now what that means is this button is now a backgrounding button. So whatever was going on in the background will bring it up. So if you've got 3 or 4 apps open, you can scroll between those apps very quickly and choose which one you want to go to. That for me is a much better use case for that button. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer the back button or the backgrounding button? Okay, tip number 6, if you need help getting rid of your money more quickly, then you're gonna like this tip. And if you guys wanna help me out, there is a super thanks button below this video. But anyway, check this out. As standard, by default, if you hold the now backgrounding button down for 2 seconds, you can bring up Samsung Pay. So if you have this set up on your Samsung device, you can just pay by tapping your watch to a contactless point, and that's pretty straightforward. If you don't use Samsung Pay and you actually use Google Pay and you have a Google Wallet all set up, here's how you set up the Google Wallet for contactless payments. Scroll down, go to settings, go to advanced features. Once again, all the good stuff is in advanced features for some reason. Scroll to customize keys. And then here where you've got the double press command, right now it is go to the most recent app. To be honest, you don't need that if you set up the backgrounding, which I just showed you. So what we can do is remap this now to the Google Wallet. And now when we double push this button here, straight away it opens our Google Wallet, so we can now pay with our watch wherever there is a contactless payment point. Okay, tip number 7, and I have to give a disclaimer here. If you get beaten up because of this tip, don't blame me. So check this out. Go to settings, go to advanced features, and at the bottom of the advanced features page, there's a section called gestures. Now, like I said before, be careful where you use these gestures, because depending on where you are in the world, these could be taken the wrong way. For example, when I was in France the other week and I was trying to do this bit for my video about eating croissants, if the wrong person had seen that, I could have ended up getting my ass kicked. You know what it's like, the language barrier, sometimes the difference in culture and all this kind of things could end up getting you in trouble. And do you know what I found out in France? I'm what the French call les incompetents. And I like that. That sounds important. I have no idea what it means though. But anyway, check this out. When you enable this, if you move your hand like this, very carefully and discreetly, you can actually answer phone calls. And there's more. There is a gesture to dismiss alerts and calls. Again, be very careful where you do this gesture. You do not want to get your ass kicked. And here's another one, quick launch. You don't need me to tell you anymore. It tells you what it does here. Okay, tip number 8. This is a very powerful tool if used correctly. Go to the Galaxy Wearable app. Here you want to go to Find My Watch. Now, I suggest you turn this on. Notify when left behind. The reason this is important is because let's say you leave your phone in a taxi cab, you get out, you start walking down the street. You won't know where your phone has gone until it's so far away. The taxi driver probably feels like he's just won the lottery, especially if you've got a phone like this that costs more than £1,000. And another thing, whilst we're here on this page, that I want to draw your attention to, which could be very useful for you if you're a parent and you've bought the watch for your kid, is this one, share the device location. Have you ever seen that film Taken, where the dude's daughter gets kidnapped and he has a very particular set of skills and he finds them? Well, if you turn this on, you will have a particular set of skills and you will be able to find them and kill them. Okay, don't kill them. You get what I mean. It's a joke. Okay, tip number 9, staying with the Galaxy Wearable app on the phone. We go to watch settings, scroll down to general, and scroll down to where it says quick responses. Setting this up on day 1 is a very good idea. So if we scroll to the bottom here, we go to add response. You can write whatever you like. Save it. And now at the top, if you go to edit, we can drag these into whatever order we want, with the ones we use the most being towards the top. And you can see, here's one I made earlier. And one thing I need to bring your attention to here, and I don't know why this is how it is, but only the top 9 show up on the watch. And you can see I've got 18 here. So it's important that you set up your top 9 quick responses here on this page. And trust me, I think you'll thank me for this one later. Okay, so now we set up the quick responses. I want to show you guys the other ways you can use the keyboard. So if we go to the messaging app, just for demo purposes, within your messaging app, you're going to see a screen like this. So if we tap on the text field, you can see the keyboard pops up. And here we can type just like normal, but those keys are really, really small. Here's another way that you can type. So if you swipe up again, the mic icon here is a text to speech. And if we swipe up again, see the little finger with the squiggly line? We can actually draw letters on the screen and it will recognize those letters. This could take a bit longer than typing and using the text to speech. And then we have the emojis. And then we have our special characters at the end. And then we have our quick responses just below as well. Okay, tip number 11. Some people might consider this the first thing to do. It is definitely one of the things you should absolutely do, and that's customize the watch face. So you can do it on a watch like this. Hold your finger down till it clicks into place. You'll feel it click, and then you can actually choose different watch faces here. They're already preloaded on the watch. And the good thing about this is you can actually customize the complications within the watch face as well. So if we hit customize, you can see we can change all the different aspects of the watch. It's a bit fiddly here on the watch itself. It's actually much quicker and easier to do it on the Galaxy Wearable app. So here you see watch faces. We've got the watch face on screen right now. We can go to customize here and it's just laid out more nicely. So let's change it to blue. And then you can see we've got indexes. So we can change the different style of index, which is around the outside. We've got the hands. So we've got two different types of hands we can set it to. We've got the colors, so we can change the accent color to whatever we like. We've got complications. So the complication right now is set to steps. So on that blue bar, it shows the steps that I've done so far. We can change it to calories if we want, or battery. Just for the sake of the video, let's change it to battery. Then if we go to complication 2, that's the one just down here, the little hiking guy. So right now it's set to hiking. We can set it to any of our day-to-day workouts that we might do or don't do, but should do. And then we've got complication 3, which is just to the left of the clock. So right now it's set to sunset and sunrise. We can set it to weather, temperature, chance of rain. I should probably use that one since I'm in England. Actually, I don't really need to know the chance of rain because it's always pretty damn high. But anyway, you get the idea. Customize your watch face for your taste. Okay, so now we've customized the watch face for how you like it. Now it's time to customize the tiles, and the tiles are these. So when we swipe right on the home screen, you'll see all of these different options. Some of these might be very useful for you, some of them might not be. If you hold your finger down on the watch itself, you can delete them from here. And if we go all the way to the end, you can add new ones. You can do it this way, but this way is easier once again. So if we go to tiles, here you see all the little pluses next to them. We can add stuff there. And if we want to delete stuff, all of the tiles are here in the order that they're in. We can hit the minuses to get rid of them if we need to. So just go through this list. I recommend go through the top first, delete all the stuff you're not going to use, then go through the ones that are not added already and add the ones you think you need. This blood oxygen one could be useful, for example. The media control could be useful, for example. And you can also reorder these as well at the top just by touching, holding, and dragging. So spend some time on this, set it up properly, do it once, do it right, and then you don't have to do it again. Okay, so having a smartwatch tethered to your body 24/7 is great for health tracking and tracking your sleep and all this other kind of stuff. But I tell you what's really, really annoying about it is the notifications. When they're going off, when you don't want them to, when you're trying to concentrate and the thing's blowing up on your wrist, it's going to annoy you at some point. So I do recommend you take control of this situation from day one. Here's how you do it. Go to the Galaxy Wearable app, go to watch settings. Here, go to notifications. And here, go through the list and choose which notifications you want popping up on your wrist. And it's worth looking at the advanced notification settings as well. Spend a good bit of time configuring your notifications and thank me later. All right, so this is a Samsung device. And of course, Samsung have loaded this up with Bixby. What is Bixby? Well, actually, Bixby is very useful when it comes to smartwatches, particularly Samsung smartwatches, because it knows what all the settings, all the features are, unlike the Google Assistant, for example. So check this out. If I hold the button down, going for a run, straight away, it starts the running app and it will recognize all of the different sports tracking features on the watch by voice. So you might want to keep Bixby available if you're using that kind of functionality with it. However, if you're the type of person who uses Google Assistant 99% of the time for various reasons, and you're not that bothered about activating sports mode on the watch, then I recommend you customize this button to open the Google Assistant. Here's how you do it. Go to settings, go to advanced features, go to customize keys, and then here where it says press and hold, we change that to Google Assistant. Now, whenever we got a question about the meaning of life, you can bring up the Google Assistant by pushing the button down, holding it, and then asking the question. So thank you for making it this far into the video. Of course, I saved a couple of secret tips for the end as a reward for watching this far into the video. And I do this with all my tips and tricks videos, so check out the other ones afterwards. So check this one out. Everything so far has been preloaded on the watch. This is a third-party app, but it's a really awesome one. Swipe up from the bottom, go to Play Store. Here we go to the search bar and we type in Wear Gestures. Now there's an app here called Wear Gesture Launcher. install this app. So while you can search the Play Store and download to the Play Store from the watch, it's actually a lot easier just to go to the Wearable app, go to store here and type in what you're looking for here. And actually this is the way I recommend you do it, because when you open the app on the phone, you have far more control than you do on the actual watch itself. This app is super useful. If we hit the plus down here, we have a bunch of options. These are shortcuts that we can create that can be input on the watch face. So we can open an app on the watch itself, we can launch an app on the phone, we can set timers, we can make phone calls to people just by inputting a quick gesture. But I'm just going to show you guys how to launch an app. So let's go to that. What app do we want to launch? Let's say the camera controller. Let's draw a C. This is the gesture we're going to input in order to open the camera controller. Hit done. Now that's saved. Now, one other thing you need to know is what part of the screen activates the gesture input. So if we go to the three dots in the top right corner, we go to settings. Here you can change the location of the quick launcher area on the screen. So right now it's on the left edge. So if I tap the left edge, it opens the drawing palette. If we draw the C for the camera, there we go. It's opening the camera. It needs to connect to the device, of course. That's a little usability hack that probably nobody's going to show you. Okay, so here's another bonus tip for you. If we swipe up and we go to the Samsung Health app, that's the person running there. Scroll all the way to the bottom of this app where it says settings, and then here where it says heart rate, tap that. Now scroll down, and where it says high heart rate and low heart rate, what you can do is set your target heart rate. If you go below or above that, the watch will alert you to it. So this could be invaluable for you. So this has been my first 15 things to do straight away when it comes to usability. The thumbnail on screen right now is the first 10 things to do to configure the watch for health tracking, fitness, wellness, so that it's personalized for your everyday use case, so that you can get the best out of yourself and out of your Galaxy Watch 5 Pro or Watch 5. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one, got some value out of it. If you did, a thumbs up, subscribe would be amazing. A comment would be awesome. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man, and I will see you in the next one. Don't be late.